Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and it's time to do this video. So, I know everybody that's paying attention is now aware that Facebook has banned Alex Jones, Laura Loomer, Paul Joseph Watson, Louis Farrakhan, and others from their platform entirely. Okay? And here's another headline: extremists. I'm seeing white supremacists. I'm seeing conservatives, dangerous individuals. I want to say right out of the gates, I'm not any of those things. I'm not an extremist, okay? Period. I'm not a conservative. Oh, anti Semites out there, I'm not an anti Semite. I'm none of these things. I'm not a hateful individual. And here's how all this went down. The irony is that Luke and I were actually shooting a video right here yesterday on the purge of Jones. It just come out. It was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I shoot the video. We're done. And listen, I have my disagreements with Alex Jones. For those that don't know, Alex Jones hired me after I produced Loose Change. He came in as a producer on Loose Change Final Cut. He then came in as a producer on another film I wanted to do and did do on Fabled Enemies. I went over there. I started doing radio. He then hired me again to do Invisible Empire, and I was the first person he gave a show to, The Info Warrior. I never spewed hate. I don't hate people. I'm telling you right now. Do I get angry? Do I get worked up? Yeah, a lot of the subject matter that I cover is pretty disturbing. Okay? But the bottom line is, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, I will have a conversation with anybody. And if you respect me, I will respect you. And overall, guys, I got nothing but love in my heart. I am not looking to seek, some kind of twisted vengeance on people. I don't think it's cool that the alternative media now promotes going to incite snowflakes or trigger them. Talk about low-hanging fruit. There used to be a time when I was involved in the alternative media, Tomorrow's News Today, that we didn't bother with people that were just working real jobs. We went after politicians and people of power, and we asked them real questions, and we got them on the record. And that's why I work at We Are Change now, because Luke Rudowski was at the forefront of that. So, again, I make this video. I want to show people this. So I make the video with Luke, and then I go to post it on our Facebook. And I'm going to just show you that process right here. So I go to post this thing. I go in. We're in the studio. I copy the link here. And this is hours after. In fact, I'm not even sure if the timestamp is on this video, but I wish it were. And all of a sudden, it won't let me do it. I'm doing my thing. Now, someone, while I'm doing this later on, tries to point out, well, you're doing it as your personal account. Yeah, I do it as my personal account because I'm the administrator, okay? So I go to post it, and what happens? I get the people that manage this page will review your post. That doesn't make any sense because I manage this page. So it wasn't until I was at my niece's softball game and I started going through my emails and I found out Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, 2 pages that were based on the films that I made. And yes, Alex Jones did produce them, were taken down. But then so was another page I made called Punk Rock Politics. These are pages I have not posted to in years. And IE came out in 2010. Fabled Enemies came out in 2008. You understand what I'm trying to say here? And Punk Rock Politics was like a short-lived kind of podcast type thing I was doing with IntelliHub at the time. And, I was going on things like Dangerous Conversation and other things. But overall, I'm not doing a lot on those pages. Just posting kind of whatever on my work. But 5, 6, 7 years ago maybe, since I posted on them. Now, if they just took them down, whatever. But they say that it was pages that are hateful, threatening, or obscene. They are not allowed. We also take down pages that attack an individual or group or that are set up by unauthorized individuals. None of that happened. I've never attacked anybody like that. Nothing hateful, nothing threatening, nothing obscene. Let me say it again. So, here's where it gets really interesting. I'm not even allowed to post on my own page anymore. So not only can I not post on We Are Change, but now I have access to none of my pages, and I believe that the only two pages that are left are the We Are Change page and this one. So on my own page that I own, I barely posted to anyway. I've scrolled down, I think a couple of my videos. When I hit 15,000 subs, I posted something about Monsanto maybe 6-7 months ago. It's not even that active of a page, but the fact that they would censor me and not allow me to say live stream on this platform or post on this platform, what have I done? If they can censor me, guys, and try to lump me in with, again, it's conservatives, it's white supremacists, it's extremists. When you look at Louis Farrakhan, he's not a conservative, okay? And I don't agree with everything Louis Farrakhan has to say. I don't disagree with everything he has to say. Same with Alex Jones. Same with Laura Loomer. All these people have made points in the past that I agree with. Now, all of them also have made points that I completely am horrified by and completely disagree with. However, as I've always said, the answer to bad speech, or quote-unquote hate speech, which I don't know how you define anyway, is more speech, not less speech. More speech. I understand that there have to be censors out there to keep pornography out or things that you might see on like Ogreish or old school E-Bombs World. I get that. That's fine. That's not really restrictive. But when you're putting shadow bans on people because you don't like their views, when you're outright erasing history, this is digital book burning. That's what's happening. It's unbelievable. And look, I'm not one of those people that's going to sit here and tell you that Facebook is a utility and it needs to be treated like the phone company. I understand the parallels. I do, but it's not. And the bottom line is there are other social media platforms. And guess what? People are going to move there. Your growth is going to end very, very quickly. You've already tried so many other platforms. Remember when they tried to have the Facebook phone to go against the iPhone? Basically just an overlay operating system for Android, a skin, if you will. Failure. Failure. Remember when they were caught jacking up the numbers of all of their Facebook videos? Over a year ago, they employed Anderson Cooper. He does original content for Facebook. Does anybody watch that? Does anybody watch that propagated, regurgitated, state-run media crap? Because that's what that is, baby. That's what that is. That's not independent news. That's not real news. That is corporate mouthpiece media. We're not interested, Facebook Watch, so they can't compete with them. So they're not competing with Google or YouTube on a video level. What are you doing? Zuckerberg, I get it. You're under the pressure. You're the one that was outed for all the privacy breaches. I got news for everybody out there. It wasn't just Facebook. It's not just Facebook. Cambridge Analytica was almost non-news to me. This is a track, trace, and database society we live in, folks. And maybe that's why they don't want me on here. They don't want me telling you about ACR, automated content recognition. The little magic box in your pocket, all your little smart devices, they all do it. And what does that come down to? Listening to every word that you say, taking all of your actions into account. How many times are you pressing buttons on there? How many times is your face in front of that thing? Where is it geotagged? Because your GPS is always on. It knows when you go get your coffee. It knows when you go pick your kids up from school. It knows what you say to your kids. Like, how long does it take you to say, I love you? Those type of things are real and in big data. And it's not just Facebook. And because Zuckerberg gets pulled in front of Congress and has to sit there like a little whelp and apologize, not one congressman brought up ACR software. Most of them kissed his ass. All right? And there is somewhat of a little revolt there, a power play, because they know how powerful Facebook as a tool is. As Twitter is a tool, is. YouTube as a tool, is. And they want to restrict that. The new digital Orwellianism is very, very much here. And if you doubt me about the ACR stuff, type in Alfonso ACR software. See how many apps are running that. See what it does. Find out about big data and analytics. Find out how the CIA's investment firm, In-Q-Tel, is invested in all these companies. Facebook, Google, Twitter, every single goddamn one of them. And again, it's a great time to be alive. I'm sitting here in a room I've converted into an office with a green screen behind me. I can project anything I want. I can bring the news to you in 1080p across several different platforms. It's an amazing time to be alive, and I'm very, very thankful for that. However, when they restrict who has access to that because of their viewpoints, and they paint you as hateful or obscene when you are clearly not, we have a problem. And even those that are hateful or obscene, they deserve a platform too. You know why? The public should know who these people are. Masks off. Masks off. And those people, again, should be able to be challenged intellectually and verbally and shown to the rest of the world, yes, they are ignorant. They are evil. They do need to be stopped. But instead, the people at the top often promote those agendas, just so you know. And they pit us against each other, right, left. It's bullshit. Conservative, liberal, bullshit. These are your neighbors. We're in this together, okay? We need more conversation, not less. And, I don't know what to say about this latest censorship. I'll be really honest with you guys. I need your support more than ever. Just to let everybody know, you can see the two movies they say are so hate-filled that these pages were based on. Here's Invisible Empire, Fabled Enemies. They're on the channel you're watching right now. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe right now. Hit the notifications, ring that bell, share this stuff on social media. Because, again, yeah, those guys got headlines. But you notice We Are Change isn't getting headlines. And if We Are Change isn't getting headlines, I can tell you right now, there's plenty of other smaller alternative media this is affecting as well. And it's not just media, it's individuals. Okay? Do we want to keep self-censoring ourselves? Or do we want a free and open forum of ideas and discussion? Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Join the Burmis Brigade if you haven't already. Post this on Facebook. I was glad when Snoop Dogg said post your favorite Farrakhan video on Facebook. I'd say post your favorite Jones, Loomer, or Watson video on Facebook. I mean, Watson himself has gone so mainline conservative, I can't believe that they would actually ban him as well. And I've only had pleasant experiences with Paul. So, crazy stuff. I hope it gets sorted out. I'm not exactly sure what the answer is other than to move to other platforms that are not as widely controlled. However, when it's part of the zeitgeist, when it's part of the cultural phenomenon of not only the United States but the world, it's hard not to use those platforms. We will see you guys soon. Thank you for joining me.